Okay, so ito na yung part na we're going to do, or we will use the notebook and do some coding. So, nakita nyo sa screen. Okay, so we will discuss all the basics of Python, no? Introduction, this is introduction, yung mga built-in functions. So, I'm going to show you my screen. Ito. So, mga built-in functions. Ano yung mga functions? So, what do you mean by functions? So, sabi dito, ito yung mga, usually, di ba yung program is, there is a program na paulit-ulitin. So, ito yung mga built-in niya na you just have to call, tawagin mo lang yung mga function, tapos i-execute na niya. So, like, for example, print. Yeah. Halimbawa, ganyan. Print. Yan. At ito, dito sa sample sa mga built-in functions like print, yung mga hash, set, type, sum or string. Ito yung mga functions. So, we're going to have a few of those sa mga video na to, no? And right now, ito yung topic natin. Keywords and identifiers. So, unang-una, yan. Pangalawa is indentations, mga statements, tapos yung mag-comment, commenting. Right. So, I'm going to use my pen. Ito. So, right now, if you go to your notebook, no? First, just create notebook and then go to, ito yan. Can go, like for example dito, I can insert new cell, yan, and then you type import keyword, so on so forth. So I'm going to delete that from there, no? Tapos ito yung mga keyboard shortcut, like for example run cell, di ba yung mayroon tayong keyboard shortcut, so you just type control enter sa Windows, ayan, and then it will print. Ito yung mga functions natin, no? Print. Tapos, unang-una, yung mayroong mga keywords na ginagamit ng Python, which is, you should not use this in identifiers. Yan. Kasi, yun yung mga exemptions or di pwedeng gamitin. Kasi magka-error. Right? Okay. So, here we have 35 keywords. So, I execute this one. No? Type mo yan, print. Tapos ito, total number of keywords. This is a string. So, enclosed with double quotes. And then, comma. Length is length. Haba. Ang haba ng keyword. And then, keyword list. So, length is the whole. So, makikita mo naka-bracket siya, no? Naka-bracket. We will learn that soon, later. Yung mga terms. Tapos, pagka, halimbawa ito import, you call the import command and then print, which is the keyword, and then the list. So these are mga ano niya, yung text that you want to call para malalabas yung mga keywords. So yan, we have 35 keywords, no? Yan, 35. Now we're going to try another like this, no? Assigning. Like, if we say this is a identifier, this one, identify. You can start with letters, like A, B, C, Paksiteer, something like that. And then press enter, control enter. You see there is a global one. Global one, because global, tingnan natin ha. Oh, you cannot use global. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment out. So, hindi siya mag-execute. Okay. So, yan. You call Paksiteer equals 12. Yan. Just, you call yung 12 assigning, di ba? Identify Paksiteer number 12. 12 is a integer or numbers, di ba? Whole numbers. Then, global, later, we cannot use that. Kaya may error, di ba? Nag-error yung kanina. Pangalawa, we cannot start identifier with number. So, try natin. Try natin ng number. So, like, for example, 1. Tapos, control enter. Or pwede rin run dito. Run. Yan. So, ano mangyari? It says there, sinabi niya, invalid syntax. Kasi hindi pwedeng mayroong number magsimula. So, it should not start with number. Pwedeng, in between. Sample natin, example. Like, Paksiteer underscore 123 ERR. And then, control, enter. So, okay lang. Not a problem. Try natin with space. So, yan. Hindi pwede. Because hindi pwede yung mayroong space. Katulad ng ganyan. No? Hindi pwede. And the good thing with Python, ang nakaganda ng Python is mayroon siyang identifier. Like red. Syntax error. So, mayroong problema sa syntax mo. Yung paggawa ng statement or ng arguments, di ba? So it needs to be corrected. Makikita natin diyan which is invalid syntax, sabi niya merong dito or preceding or before, so yung space. So mali. So ang gawin natin, we need to correct that and then execute again. So okay na. No problem. All right? And again, you cannot use the reserved na list keywords. Like for example, try. Yan, try. Try is a reserved na keyword. If you use that, try number 12. Tapos control enter. Ganun pa rin. Invalid syntax. You cannot use try because it's a reserve. Okay. So, tapos na tayo sa keywords and identifiers. We need to go to number 2. Number 2 is indentation, statement, and commenting. Diba? Mayroong mga comments. If you notice yung kanina, mayroon akong nilagay dito na yung pound sign. Pagka nakalagay yan before, it will not execute. No? So, ito, like ganito. This is a comment. So, hindi siya mag-execute. Ang nakaganda dyan is to make a comment para mayroon kang notes doon sa yung code mo. So now, we're going to check this, indentation, yung indent, yung first line, second line. So paano? So usually mga code like for this is a reserved word, Yan, nandito yan, for. Yan, for. So for I is integer. Yan, for I in range 10 from 0 to 10. By the way, yung sa code, it will always start with 0. Ito yung first, 'di ba? It's not 1. No, not 1. But 0. Start with 0. So like for example, indentation tayo, So it's better mayroon itong mga lines, mayroon kasi yan from the very beginning. Ito yan, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, sa keyboard, pwede ng space, yung tab mo. Or yung iba, yung iba ginamit tab, mayroong iba yung space bar pala, space bar. Yung space bar, di ba? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. So, let's try ito para you'll see the actual. Halimbawa, I'll say this one, print 100. Yan, number. So, indentation error. Let's try print. Will show up as text. So, this one, indentation error, So, yan, for I, tapos ito print, tapos iba rin to. Yan. So, explanation ito is a block of code. Yan, block of code. For, tapos, pag meron yan, tapos, double colon, or, yan, colon. And then, enter, tapos, merong space dyan. So, it's a block of code. Ito siya. And then kung gagawa ka ng ibang line dyan, hindi na siya magkasali doon. So it's not included in the block. But, ang problema, ganito. If you gawin natin another block, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 4 na ba? Dali ha. Yan. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yan. It will execute part of the block. So, control enter. O yan, no? So, magawa niya, print I, 0. Tapos, next is 1. Print 1. Next naman is 1. 100. 2, 100 until 9, 100. So, iba yung output niya. So, it's very important to have this, yung blocking, no? Kasi you will ma-identify mo yung part siya sa block or not part of the block. Alright? So, sabi dito, code starts with indentation and ends with the first indented line. So, pwede siya mag-end dito if you have another code. Yan. But this one is a block of code. Yan. Print code is not part of the block of code. Yung print 100. Try natin. Yan. Control enter. Oh, yan. Because kanina, no, tingnan mo. Kanina nandito siya. So execute 0, 100, 1, 100, di ba? But this one is a block of code and then separate siya itong function, print function 100. So it will execute this first na block and then the second command or code which is print 100. So ito yung 1, right? And 2, ito na yon. So anong nangyari? 0, 1 to 9 tapos 100, di ba? So that will make a different distinction. If I do it again like that, control enter, you see, right? So that's indentation. And let's go to multi-line comments. So, multi-line comments, you can use this pound sign, or you can use double quotes, tapos tatlo, alright? Or single quotes, tatlo rin. Yan. So, let's do that. Let's try natin. Halimbawa, triple quotes. So, tanggalin natin yung sobra. Alright? So, control enter. It means nag-error. We need to add at the end. Yan. Control enter. So, out, this is a comment. Okay? So, comment. We do single quote, tatlo. So, I have a bad keyboard. This is another comment. And then 1, 2, 3. Control enter. Alright. So, yun yung comment. Okay? And then, ito yung multi-line comment is to do some this. Halimbawa, yan. And then, yan. Okay, usually yung itong kanina, no? Dali ha. Multi-line comments. Yan. Ito yung multi-line comments. Yan. Try natin. That's why we are here to learn. So, kasi like ganito, we experiment. We know what's wrong with our code. Kaya lang, I wonder why it's mayroong lumabas, no? Out. So, please share in the comments what do you think about this video about particular, Kasi I also experience yung error na I search on Google. Tapos ginawa ko, I close, no? So, ganito ang gawin natin. No, I'll try like yan. You interrupt kasi mayroong times na maghang. So you click interrupt, or kung ayaw naman, you click shutdown, no? And then you go back to your command prompt. Pwede rin, halimbawa ganito nag-execute, di ba? Ito nang nag-execute to eh. So what you're going to do, control C. So it will notify you. And then kung control C twice, dalawang beses, so shutdown kaagad. Tapos start mo lang ulit yung Jupyter Notebook. So yan. So that's commenting. Right now here, next is printing. Ito yung Itong example ginawa ko dito. F true. Yan. Print machine learning C. This is string. Alright. So this is multi-line na block of code. So medyo readable compared dito. Ito yung the way how you properly write na mayroon siyang pagka using functions, di ba? So if is a function. So how do I know that? Go back to the keywords, and it's here, if, or right here, if. Now if, and then for, right? And let's go back. If true, yan. If true, print machine learning. So above is more readable than below. So ito siya kasi one line lang, so medyo more readable. You cannot see where is the next. And usually you add this one, semicolon, if you are doing straight line. So this one is better. So you just have to try if, yan, functions, and then for na space, and then start next line, enter. Usually naman pagka dito ka, if you press enter, automatic siya dito. Let's try that. Let's try to duplicate this, no? I have to insert cell below. Yan. If true, and then C equals, and then control enter. Right, so that's the introduction. So we are now finished with keywords, identifiers, indentation, statements, and commenting. So next video, we're going to discuss parentheses and Python statements and multi-line statements. Okay?